I think I stopped breathing for a couple of seconds. Literally had goosebumps, and it's just been amazing the amount of support that I've received.
Sonya Singh is the author of the new book, Sari Not Sorry. It's a rom-com about a South Asian woman trying to reconnect with her roots.
Sorry Not Sorry is a story about this strong South Asian, beautiful woman whose name is Manny Dogra, and she owns a breakup agency. So she breaks up people for a living. As she becomes a lot more successful, she's getting questions about her South Asian heritage, and she just doesn't have those answers. And so along comes a client. So the two of them go off to the client's brother's wedding for a week, and Manny gets a crash course and really the ins and outs of South Asian from the point of view of Sammy, the client.
The Toronto-based writer says her inspiration for writing this book was the lack of representation she noticed in storytelling.
We had just sort of started the pandemic, and I was going through my own breakup at the time. And I realized that I was sort of in this relationship purgatory. I didn't really know which way the relationship was going. I was kind of trying to binge my way in terms of looking for women in regards to reading or watching on TV that would give me that sort of escapism to relate to. And I couldn't find any. At the time, the women did not look South Asian. And even in the books that I was trying to binge read in terms of the rom-com sections.
The book was released earlier this month, but it's already gaining traction. It's on Indigo's bestseller list, the Toronto Star's bestseller list, Good Morning America added it to their April Reads list, and Library Journal said this debut author's career will be worth watching. Despite the quick success of this rom-com, Sonya says there was a point where it almost didn't happen.
I almost didn't have a voice with this book, and I was told early on when I was querying that there wasn't enough room to have a second South Asian debut in the same year. And yet here I am on the same pub date with Lily Singh, both Singh, strong, busy women who published their books on the same day. And so I think that just getting those rejections earlier on really pushed me to keep going. Way back in the day when I used to work in television, and my Indian name is actually Satinder. And I was asked by a news director to change that name because the audience that was watching could not relate to a South Asian name. So my Indian name, my nickname is Sonu or Sonya, so which I turned into Sonya, and that's where I carried on.
The author's writing journey continues. She says she recently signed a film deal with Hallmark.
It's called Christmas Spice, comes out December 2022. And the point of view is Christmas traditions, Christmas heritage, or South Asian heritage rather, that's from my point of view as a South Asian woman and what I experienced during Christmas.
Sonya is now working on a new book, which is the continuation of this book called The Fake Matchmaker. For City News, I'm Stella Acquisto.